everybody, welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Go. And in today's episode, we are going to be discussing the brand new, lots of events coming up. And we got Stardust bonuses, Shadow Entei, Thundurus, and more coming in March. And there's basically 8 bigger sections to go through from a ton of, well, let's just get into it. So if we go over to Pokemon Go's website, we do have the full list of things going on. So we have Shadow Entei coming, we have Ferroseed and the Research Breakthrough, we have Thundurus, Legendary Special Raid Weekends, Mysterious Weekend Event, Team Go Rocket, Psychic Spectacular, and the Pokemon Spotlight and Mystery Bonus Hours returning after their initial tests in February. We do also have cancellations for certain things going on in Japan, South Korea, and Italy, most likely due to the coronavirus. So we're going to start off with Save Shadow Entei, and as a part of that, I'm actually going to be posting my Raikou, and I encountered Raikou last night, I believe, so I will be posting that on my Instagram. But yeah, Shadow Entei is coming. It's basically the same thing we've been doing for about 5 months. And then we're going to be going over to the Research Breakthroughs, which is going to start with Ferroseed Bonus Stardust for the entire month of March. And we will be getting Ferroseed for that whole month. And then we're also going to be getting bonus Stardust every time you catch it, so that's pretty cool. Ferrothorn is going to be pretty good for PvP, especially with a lot of resistances going on there. We do also have, of course, Thundurus bolting into 5-star raids. So, starting March 2nd, we do have Thundurus coming into raids. It's going to be an electric and flying type Pokemon. That electric flying type combination is going to be very interesting because electric is only weak to ground and flying is immune to ground, so that actually cancels each other out. So it's only going to be weak to ice and rock types, which we've already been using for, who is it? Whatever the current raid boss is. So we're using ice and rock types right now, and we will be using basically Tyranitar, Terrakion, Rampardos, Gigalith, Rockwrecker, Rhyperior, and then on the ice side, the same old ice types. Honestly, rock types are better. So let's get into the special raid weekends, which are going to be very, very cool. Alright, so for the special raid weekends, we're going to be starting things off with Darkrai for the first weekend. And it's going to be available as a shiny for the first time. Shiny Darkrai is going to look like, it's going to be somewhere on the screen. Shiny Darkrai is okay. It's kind of like a purplish kind of a shiny. It's okay. Altered Form Giratina is coming back. Why are we getting this one instead of Origin Form? Probably because of Go Battle League and how prevalent it is there. So, Shiny Altered Form Giratina is going to be coming there. Cobalion is going to be the next one. Cobalion isn't really used so much, but it is going to be having a new exclusive move, Sacred Sword, which is shared between it and the other Swords of Justice, and it's also going to be a shiny for the first time in Pokemon Go, which is kind of cool. It's a neat looking shiny. The next is going to be Lugia. Again, Lugia. It's going to, this time, however, going to have its exclusive move of Aeroblast. It's going to be a flying type move. Lugia is okay in Master League. I've seen it a couple times. Aeroblast should give it some more playability. It is a very bulky Psychic and Flying type Pokemon, so that's going to give it some interesting play as far as PvP for Master League and for Ultra League. And then we will have a new Mysterious Weekend event coming to Pokemon Go. So, this Mysterious Weekend event is going to be from Friday, March 20th to Monday, March 23rd. It is going to be featuring Stardust bonuses and more, as well as normal flying, water, electric, and ice type Pokemon appearing more often in the wild, including Nincada, which will be available for the first time ever as a shiny. And it's also going to be in 5 kilometer eggs and in the wild, which is going to be kind of nice. Evolution-wise, Ninjask is probably the cooler shiny, and then maybe we'll get Shedinja in some research. Shedinja shiny is okay, Ninjask shiny is really nice, and Nakata shiny is really, really nice. Carablast and Shelmet will also be appearing in 5km eggs. We will also be having 1 to 4 star raids going on, featuring various bug or seal type Pokemon, which is very interesting because there's also going to be a special research story coming at the same time. Most of the time these special research do kind of lean towards a mythical Pokemon. This could be very interesting, especially with the later gens adding more and more mythical Pokemon. I think we could possibly be getting Genesect. Genesect is a bug and seal type mythical Pokemon that I believe is from the Unova region. So we can't be skipping over Gen 4's mythical, but I wouldn't be mad with Genesect, especially with so many more mythicals starting to come, and with GoFest coming around the corner in summer, we'll be getting the Gen 4 mythical probably then, because there's actually multiple Gen 4 mythicals, including Darkrai. So that's going to be very interesting. We will also be getting Community Day on March 15th, I believe, and there's a lot of Abra play going around. Abra is going to be an interesting shiny. It was released accidentally for 1 hour during Pokemon Go last year, so that's going to be kind of an interesting thing to note as well. Team Go Rocket Global Takeover is imminent. That's actually going to be happening before. This is kind of all over the place in terms of timeline. So Global Takeover is going to be starting March 6th to March 9th. Poison and Dark type Pokemon will be appearing more often in the wild, as well as more Team Go Rockets. We will also be having Pokemon such as Absol appearing in the wild, which is going to be very cool. I know it's kind of done that during GoFest, at certain GoFests where Absol was part of it. And of course Absol is available as a shiny, so I'm assuming that shiny Absol will be encountered in the wild as well. And they will also be releasing Scorpius Shiny. Scorpius Shiny is absolutely amazing. It's like a crimson red, and it keeps that red slightly when it evolves into Drapion. It's still a very different color scheme than regular Drapion, but I think Scorpius is probably the better shiny. But I'm definitely glad I haven't invested heavily into Drapion already for Great League, because I'd much rather use a shiny. And of course, there will also be on March 7th from 2 to 5 p.m. a global kind of Team Go Rocket takeover, where it's literally going to be everywhere. We're not strangers to this kind of event happening, so that's going to be happening, as well as more of the team leaders, Sierra, Cliff, Arlo, and Giovanni during that 2 to 5 time. And again, this is great for if you're going to try and get your Team Go Rocket done early, especially because they're going to be swapping around some of the available shinies, or the shadow shinies available. So right now we have 6 total shadow shinies available, and all of those will be kind of being used by all the leaders. So if you're missing one from your collection, or if you haven't gotten any, this is a good time to try. Also, during the takeover, which is very important, there is going to be charge TMs allowed on Shadow Pokemon for the first time. So if we actually hop over to Pokemon Go, which needs to reload, Shadow Pokemon have actually been given a huge buff recently, where Shadow Pokemon have an added bonus in PvP and during raids to have boosted attack on their moves. So that's very interesting. So if you have a really good Shadow Pokemon, I go ahead and find just my most recent Shadow. We have Shadow Raikou, and if we scroll down, we do see Shadow bonus in gym and raids and in trader battles. So during that 2 to 5 time, I can get frustration off and put on something more useful like Shadow Ball or Wild Charge on your Shadow Pokemon, and this goes for everything from Moltres and Zapdos and Articuno. If you grind a lot and get Entei on Snorlax, Tyranitar, Dragonite, there's a lot of Pokemon that are available to use, so that's definitely very interesting as far as that goes. And again, that's only between the hours of 2 to 5 during the Team Go Rocket Takeover. And also, if you play with your in-game music on, they will be playing Team Go Rocket themed music in the background. And then we will also be getting the Psychic Spectacular returning with some new faces. This is going to be happening between March 27th to March 30th in your local time, where there's going to be a lot of new two new Psychic Pokemon and then various other Psychic type Pokemon just kind of taking over. So during the day, we will be getting Solosis. It is a 3-stage Psychic type Pokemon. It'll be kind of interesting. It gets decent attack and HP stats and kind of like a defensive stat. It maxes out, I think, just under 3,000 or just over 3,000. Not too big. It could be used for Ultra League, maybe, depending on like the movesets. Gothita, which is going to be at night, is also a 3-stage pure Psychic type Pokemon, which is going to be kind of an interesting Pokemon because it is pure Psychic, but it's 3rd stage evolution. We'll be getting access to both Charm and Confusion, so it's going to be a heavy-hitting, fast-type Pokemon, fast-move using Pokemon. So definitely interesting because it maxes out just over 2,500, so potentially really good in the Ultra League and possibly for Great League for PvP. They will also be available after the event in Wild and in 5km eggs. We'll also be having, a bunch of other Psychic Pokemon, including Abra, Drowsy, Ralts, Spoink, Baltoy, why not Beldum, and the 2 previously mentioned, as well as Baltoy being released as a Shiny for the first time. Baltoy Shiny is absolutely incredible, and of course you can evolve it into Claydol. Claydol's evolved form is also pretty good as a Shiny. It's kind of like more on the golden side, but Baltoy is absolutely incredible. A lot of the Shinies during this event are really, really nice. There will also be special Psychic Spectacular field research going on at the same time. Psychic Pokemon will also be taking over raids as well. We also are getting a Spotlight Hour and Mystery Bonus Hour coming back. They will be every Tuesday for Spotlight Hour and every Thursday for Mystery Bonus Hour. And that is all of the events marching into March, and there is a lot of them. A lot of them are very cool, and March is my birthday month. So I'm very excited to be getting a lot of very cool Pokemon. Hopefully I get something shiny for my birthday. And yeah, that's going to be it for today's episode. There was a lot to cover. There's a lot of new Pokemon, a lot of shiny Pokemon, and some interesting Pokemon. And Thundurus. Thundurus, actually, I wanted to talk on real quick. It is going to be an interesting Pokemon, electric and flying type. But as far as raiding and PvP, raiding not so much. But for PvP, getting, again, that electric flying type combination is very interesting. Cuts down on some of the Pokemon that are it cuts down on some of the Pokemon that are strong against it. So there is that, and then it gets access to Thunder Punch, it gets access to Brick Break, it gets access to Crunch, a lot of faster moves, and it gets Thunder Shock, which is a really nice fast move for PvP, as well as Thunder, a hard-hitting charged move. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's episode. If you did like it, go ahead and smash the thumbs up button. If you're enjoying this series, please subscribe. And as always, God bless, and see you for another episode of Pokemon Go.